episode of Job Hunting with me, Rajesh Malhotra. Obviously, this part three. There'll be one more part, and then obviously I'll be starting in another series of YouTube videos on other topics in the field of business, sales, marketing. And if it's popular, then obviously I'll continue with my personal development, which I did last year. We spoke about on part one about CVs, covering letters, application forms, and also we carried on number two. We've got one more to do after this, which will be actually interviews. But I just want to talk about networking. Now, networking, obviously, with the advent of social media, a lot of people network on social media with the likes of Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then obviously there's many others. These are the more popular ones. But what I'm talking about is actually networking outside, going to networking events. Now, they could be either ones where you want to start your own business or ones where you want to find your next job or career. Now, networking has been around, I think, for ages, probably centuries. And all it is you go to an event, you meet someone, maybe exchange business cards, and you sort of like build a rapport. Now, in the initial first meeting, what I would suggest is just go to a couple of networking events and just introduce yourself and just talk about what you've done and what you want to do. Now, if you are looking for a position, then you could say to them, well, at the moment I'm looking for a position in a certain industry. You could say that you're currently in between jobs by doing some freelance work, but you're looking for a position in a particular career. That could be in sales, marketing, accountancy, even law. You could go into property. Now, the best thing about networking is you get to introduce yourself to someone who could probably introduce you to someone else. There's a saying about 6 degrees of separation, which some of the famous Hollywood actors use, such as Will Smith. I think he's been in a film called 6 Degrees of Separation, and one of the most connected people in Hollywood, and obviously now does advertises for the EE mobile network, is Kevin Bacon. Now, you don't have to be a famous Hollywood star or celebrity to do this. All you could do is just put the word out there. But it does mean that you need to get out your comfort zone and be able to speak to people and just say to them, look, hi, this is what I do, this is what my background is. If, say, for instance, you're an artist or a graphic designer, maybe you've got a portfolio you can show people. But the first meeting, the initial meeting, is you do not want to straight away say, look, I'm looking for this. Can you help me? Yes or no? What you want to do is you want to get yourself talking, listening to what the other person is saying, take an interest in the other person, and then just say, look, is it okay we meet up for coffee? And then, because what they need to do is, obviously you need to know yourself, you need to develop a rapport and build what's called a professional relationship. Sometimes it could take 2 meetings, sometimes it could take more than other meetings. A lot of people in the property industry do this when they're looking for joint venture partners, and also people in other fields as well. But you can use this to network yourself into your next career. You could ask someone, if you know, even if there's a friend in the company, say, look, are you currently looking for someone? And let me tell you something. Employers would rather employ someone from someone that they know who's already working for the company than go into putting an advert in the paper or on a job board and trying to find someone else that way. Because obviously, 1, it saves money, 2, it saves time, and 3, if the person there that's working there already And if they're referring you, there is a good chance that you will be reliable, honest, and take the initiative. Now, obviously, if someone does offer you a position through a recommendation, you need to thank that person. You know, um, you need to say, "Look, I really appreciate what you've done. Maybe we can go out for a drink sometime, or just appreciate that person." I know when I was looking for one position and I'd been made redundant, which wasn't the best thing, and I was looking for something, and I applied on a website, and the unfortunately the position was all filled. But the person that I had reached out to said that there was another position available in another hotel. This was as a reception. Would I be interested? And I said, yeah, definitely. And I went for the interview and I got the position, and I thanked the person. You Actually went and bought him a drink as well. And now it doesn't have to be anything fancy like that. But what I'm saying is that you're giving appreciation. It's called the law of reciprocity, which is an actual law. Which if I do to you, or do something for you in return, you will do something for me, or vice versa. And it does work. One of my mentors explained this to me. Now, with networking, what I would suggest you do is go to ones where you think there is going to be an opportunity for you to interact with those people. So, say if you want to get into the property industry, it might be a good idea to go to a property networking event. If you wanted to get into technology, it might be a good idea to go to one of these fintech or property tech events as well. The other option is obviously if you are a little bit, excuse me, you are a little bit shy, is maybe connect on some of the social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Um, Build yourself a really good profile. Some of these companies that do the CV writing, if you pay them, they'll give you a good profile. But I think if you want to do your own profile, then you can do it. I've done my own profile, and I've had lots of people follow me and connect with me, which I'm appreciative. And I just say you do the same, because remember, nowadays, if you want to have a career you want, or the job that you're looking for, networking is one of the easiest and cheapest ways of doing it. I wouldn't say it's the easiest way, but it's one of the cheapest ways. In some ways, it will almost cost you nothing, only in exchange of cards, and just talking to people. Now, if you think this is going to be difficult for you initially, then what I suggested you do is just go out and go to a couple events. Some of them are free. You can go on meetups, or you can go to join these breakfast events such as For Networking, run by motivational speaker and entrepreneur Brad Burton, or there's another one of my friends does, Alan Frost, of Simplify Property. He does Omni Local. They got events all over the place, and basically they do breakfast events. It's a one-off fee of £12. We have a breakfast, and you can either discuss the business that you're in, or you could talk to them about a career. Who knows? They may have openings there. And I think you can go 3 times, and until if you wanted to join, then you pay an annual fee. And it's the same with most of these events. But this will give you an edge. Plus, it will boost your confidence as well. Because when you're going and talking to people, it gets you out your comfort zone. Now, if you want to have the job or career you want, you're going to have to get out your comfort zone. I had to do it, and it was hard initially, but over time, with practice, it gets better. I'm not saying I don't suffer from nerves, because I do. But what I try and do is find out exactly, you know, what the other person interests are. So, one book I would recommend, if you do want to build your confidence, is How to Be More Confident, by Rob Young, I think it's called. And the other one is one by what I call the sumo guy. His name escapes me at the moment. I should remember his name. He's done a book on how to be more confident. Or I can recommend one of the most persuasive, influential people I've met, Philip Hesketh, How to Influence and Persuade People. Persuasion and influence is a key skill that I think everyone should develop, especially if you're networking as well. Now, people are going to come to me and say, oh, persuasion, influence, doesn't that mean doing things against their will? No, that's the dark side of that, which is called manipulating, when you're forcing people to do something. In this case, what you're doing is you're finding out if the other person has something that you're looking for. And the other thing is that you're going to help them as well. If you just go in there, um, being self-centered and being selfish, it isn't going to work. Like I said, you need to go out there and help people. You help people, they'll help you back. Believe me, I know. Just also with networking is when you're going for networking, go with sort of maybe with a pitch, not initially, but after a while. Just imagine if you were stuck in a lift with Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Sir Richard Branson, or even someone who could get you your ideal career, and you had from, say, the 12th floor to the ground floor to pitch your idea. Now, pitching and presenting, I think, is another key skill that is very good to learn, and also public speaking. But I can talk about those in the separate video. What, like I said, is networking is a skill, and if you practice it, you will become better at it. And the more you become better at it, who knows? That person that you're looking for, or that particular company, it could only be one or two people for you to connect. You could speak to someone and they may like you and think, well, you know what, this guy or girl's very genuine, very down to earth. He's great. He's taking the initiative, and I would like to help this person. I mean, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go out there and go and network. Because remember, there's a famous quote: "Your net worth depends on your network." Yeah, your net worth, it depends on your network, or your network makes your net worth. And also, what I would suggest is one other quote that I would give you is by the late great Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker, and one of my favorite person development entrepreneurs, as I call them, along with a few others. He always stated, and he was an excellent salesperson, excellent. He always stated that if you want anything you want in life, you can have anything you want in life as long as you help other people get what they want. And I believe that's a very true statement. And I believe if you go and help people, add value, solve their problems, find out where the pain is, you'll not only be successfully financially, you'll be able to grow in your skills, and also personally develop yourself as a person. It will enrich your life experiences as well. So just to leave you like that, there's ones that you can get on networking on Amazon or eBay. There's videos on networking. One again I would recommend is by the recruitment guy Graham Martin, or have a look at Gavin Ingham's videos, or Philip Hesketh. And like I said, if you like this video, please share this video. Yeah. And if you need any coaching or consulting, by all means, get in touch with me. You can either get in touch with me via LinkedIn, or you can email me at raj024malhotra, malhotra, at gmail.com. I'll repeat that again, raj024 malhotra, malhotra, at gmail.com. I'm also on Skype. My Skype ID is raj024_1, or my mobile number, which is 075 333 86048. Now, I'm able to give a free 45-minute to an hour Skype consultation. Um, and then obviously, if you decide to uh, want my coaching and consulting skills to help you, either in starting your career or if you're looking to start your own business, then by all means get in contact with me. In the meantime, I will bid you adieu, as they say. I hope you have a great weekend and even better April. The weather's starting to improve, which is really good. And yeah, if you have any questions, by all means, you can make comments below. I will be coming up with future episodes of the YouTube channel, and there's other things that I'm working on the pipeline. So I'll just wish you all the best in your careers, and give networking a try. It does work. Like I said, it's a skill that you practice, but if you get good at it, you know, um, you may you may find your next job or your career without having to go through the process of applying on job sites, you know, sending CVs and all that. Still, they may interview you, but at least they've seen you face to face. I think networking is a great thing because you're already meeting the person. I mean, it could even be your future employer, and if they get to know you, they see the person behind the CV. They got more of a call to think. You know what? I'll give this person a chance. I would also, when you're going to networking events, yeah, some ways you go casual. Other times I would go a bit suited booted. You don't have to go the whole nines, but it is good because it gives an person and a professional impression. Remember, there's another quote: "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." Okay, with that, I'll leave you to it. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you on the next and last one of these, hopefully, which is interviews and how to prepare for interviews. Okay, take care. Bye bye.